for tuning into this breaking story from Res Life News. We will return you to your regular scheduled Golden Girls rerun very shortly. I'm Lizzie, the IRHC Vice President, working hard to spread the methods of leadership to all the residence halls. Buddy to all, and a big fan of putting together committees in the IRHC. Tonight's breaking news. Who or what is behind the big purple house seen around NYU's campus, creating community wherever it goes? I have IRHC correspondent Delaney, PR chair, on the scene, talking to student leaders all around campus, talking about who is this housey figure.
Hello everyone watching, and thank you, Lizzie. I'm Delaney Simmons, Publicity Chair, reporting for Res Life News. I'm here today in the thick of all the action, reporting on the Who's Housey #1 story on today's docket. I'm taking a backseat on web editing, blog writing, and poster making to give you the full scoop to get to the bottom, or should we say basement, of today's #1 headline.
Mr. Secretary, the people want to know, are you that big purple house?
Preposterous. How could I be housing away? I'm your IRHC Secretary. I'm in charge of keeping your notes and keeping everyone up to date, as well as keeping records of everyone's emails, contacts, and meeting agendas. I'm much too busy to be that masked purple figure. Furthermore, how could I take and record notes with these hands?
The IRHC Treasurer, Lauren, has something to say for herself. Let's see if she can actually say it.
You can't be
Words!
I cannot be housing because I'm the treasurer, and houses can't do math. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a fantastic mathematician, but I can definitely add and subtract. Now, houses are organized. They have shelves, rooms, closets, but that's on a much larger tangible scale compared to the godly binder that encases all of our monetary actions and so forth. Now, it just really wouldn't make any sense that I would be fooling around in housing and not taking responsibility of our financial budget.
And one more question, Lauren. How do you define fiscal responsibility?
One of the most mysterious positions on the executive board of the IRHC is the NCC, or the National Communications Coordinator. I think she could easily disguise herself as that big purple house.
Look, I love Housey as much as the next E-Board member, but if I were to be a mascot, it would be Marty the Moose, because he's the mascot for our region, Neocar, and as National Communications Coordinator, it's my job to spread moose love to NYU. Also, I love explaining my job's obnoxiously long acronyms like NCC and IRHC and Neocar and NACAR, and Housey can't talk, so I clearly can't be Housey.
This footage shows the mysterious Housey figure as he interacts with residents on the NYU campus. Some suspect he is the superhero type figure, creating community and making friends. Others suspect he is only a figment of the imagination, a mystical, non-existent creature like Bigfoot, a leprechaun, or a girlfriend for Eamon Downey.
We investigated further to see what the committee chairs would have to say for themselves. First, co-programmers Pat and Olivia. Olivia?
Me? Housey? I'm 5'3", look at me. I couldn't be Housey.
What about you, Pat? Not so short.
Well, I spend all my time planning
Programs. Lots and lots of
programs. Sometimes we finish each other's.
sentences.
So come check us out at Flurry.
Ultraviolet Live and more.
We're not housey.
Got it?
Good.
Earlier today, we talked to Kate, Community Service Chair. Here's what she had to say for herself.
Me? Housey? Psh, you must have gotten it all wrong. You must have me confused with programming or Nick Evans, the IRHC advisor, or JSEX. I mean, I'm Community Service Chair. There's no way I can be Housey. I'm too busy trying to connect NYU to the greater community at large in New York City. I just wouldn't have any time. And to be totally honest with you, the other day at Service Saturday, I sat down to make a PB&J and I forgot the J. I mean, how could I be an entire house if I can't even just manage the kitchen? It can't be me. You got it wrong, I'm sorry.
This amateur sketch depicts what onlookers have described as the large purple house-shaped figure. He is rumored to be between 6 and 7 feet tall and as notoriously heavy to carry. We asked the residential advocacy chairs for more info.
I'm Shelley.
And I'm Tommy. And we cannot be Housing McGuire, and I'll tell you why. We are always too busy running around campus and speaking to administrators, trying to make NYU a better place for you to live.
Yeah, and planning town halls where you can come ask key administrators questions about NYU.
Yeah, we're, kind of a big deal.
This is true. And besides, there's two of us. How can we fit in housing?
Yeah, he's so small, he should be called Apartmenty. Apartment? E? Yeah.
It seems that all the chairs have very strong defenses, but there is still one person we've yet to speak to. Mr. President Alex Heald. We join him live now at a press conference discussing the major issue of this Purple House.
Hello, my fellow Americans. As the leader of this established organization, we find ourselves at a crossroads. My executive board has firmly established that they are not Housing McGuire. And now, in this exclusive press release, I can also confirm I am not the person inside that house, Housing McGuire. As IRHC president, I am responsible for setting the vision for the group this year, training the executive board and the General Assembly, and working with our hall councils to build community with NYU. Perhaps, America, the question is not who is inside of housing, but instead, do you have the spirit of housing inside of you?
Well, despite not finding the answer to this housing mystery, it looks like the IRHC are ready and pumped for a brand new year and have joined together to be some great friends.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, so there for you I'm feeling like a star, you can't stop my shine. I'm flying cloud nine, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. Finally doing me and it feels so right. Oh, time to do the things I like. Going to the club, everything's alright. Oh, no one to answer.